Good Friday afternoon, everybody, and welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic 24 hours a day. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and also YouTube. This is something we're going to be doing in the spring and summertime months now. Convective Outlook Forecast video discussion. And it is late Friday afternoon here in the East Coast. It's on Friday the 27th of March, 2020. And I'm going to show you a couple things that are going on right now in the convective forecast for the next several days across the country as well. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Storm Prediction Center has placed a marginal risk of thunderstorms here, which are already starting to blossom out of portions of Missouri into portions of Illinois and as well. And this area here, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Chicago, is in the dome of seeing some severe weather over the next several hours, late tonight into early tomorrow morning. And the swath of lighter shading here indicates that still we could find some, thunderstorm activity, about 10% in this region here from Cleveland, Ohio, down to Pittsburgh, and then down to Virginia Beach. Okay, the Storm Prediction Center is monitoring some activity that's going on right now between Wichita and Peoria. Categorical slight chance of some severe thunderstorms in this area. Tornado chances are about 5% from Wichita, a small region here up towards Kansas, and the cone in the green just outside of it about a 2% probability. So it's not widespread. The wind damage will be on the lighter side as well, but still we're finding hail and wind and lightning reports, and we'll show you that in just a moment. And of course with the hail, we're seeing a slight uptick in this. And this is through tomorrow morning at around 7 or 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. For Saturday into Sunday morning, the thunderstorm threat is going to be moderate now from Peoria through Davenport, through Bloomington, through Mobile, Alabama. It's going to be enhanced in areas like Aurora and Springfield, Illinois, and Dakota, Illinois as well. And a slight risk will be evident across Chicago, Indianapolis, also Columbus, Ohio, Milwaukee, and Nashville, Tennessee. And a marginal chance just outside of that now from Detroit through Memphis, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Akron, Ohio. For tornado threat here, the greatest chance about 15%, and that would be over Peoria, Davenport, Bloomington, Illinois, Norman, Illinois, Moline, Illinois as well in that cluster. About 10% chance as you get in Springfield, Illinois, Gary, Indiana, and Hammond, Indiana as well, and get down to about 5% as you get into Chicago, Indianapolis, Nashville, St. Louis, and Cincinnati, and only about a 2% chance of seeing a tornado out of this regime here across Detroit, Columbus, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, and also back towards Cleveland and Toledo, Ohio as well. For the wind damage, that's another thing. About 15% across Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Nashville, and St. Louis, Missouri. And outside of that, about a 5% chance across Detroit, Memphis, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Toledo. And finally, hail will be evident. About a 30% chance of hail around Aurora, Springfield, Peoria, Davenport, Indiana, Illinois, and Indiana. And about a 15% chance across Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Milwaukee, Nashville, and 5% from Detroit, Memphis, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Akron. And coming out of Oklahoma into Illinois here and Indiana, we have a couple of thunderstorm watch boxes here. We have some lightning visible in some of these cells, and let's see if we can get, we see the movement right now. Storm tracks, they're all heading in towards the north and east. And these are live lightning strikes in some of these thunderstorms and watch boxes. And we've already seen hail reports here. These are hail reports about an inch and a half, or inch and 3/4 around Tulsa, Oklahoma, just within the last hour. And from these thunderstorms now marching through, and also, 1 inch in Tulsa. So, there's been some strong, we've seen some storm reports here coming out of these storms. Probability of hail about 50%. Looking at the storm tracking, get out of here. I need to get back into where we are. Hold on. Meanwhile, to the north, we have from Springfield to Columbus to Parkinsburg, West Virginia here. We have some light to moderate rain in this area, and even some light rain now developing around Washington, D.C., and also Salisbury, Maryland, and points south to Virginia Beach. Eventually, all of this rain and some of that rain that you saw, the thunderstorms out into the southwest here, all going to get in here for tomorrow morning. But that's going to be for a different broadcast. So expect the garden to keep up with convection during the spring and summer as well. And it doesn't matter whether it's just in New Jersey. It matters where it is, because we covered not only New Jersey, but we're interested in everything that affects the weather. And we'll be monitoring all this throughout the night, late afternoon and overnight hours as well. Look at all of these lightning strikes with these intense thunderstorms now getting into Branson and heading towards the northeast, towards Springfield, Missouri, just north of Branson. And it's going to be a stormy night coming up in this area here. A lot of reports coming in of hail and wind damage as well from some of these storms, and lots of lightning. Remember, weather is what you get, and meteorology is what we do. For GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Don't forget, we're on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Don't forget to follow us for all of your seasonal weather throughout the country, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and this is the end of this broadcast.